Race 2 of the 2021 Motul Argentinian round gets underway. Good start again from Jonathan Rea. Just as he's made in the opening 2 races of this weekend, he charges down the inside of Scott Redding and relieves him of second place. Also away with decent alacrity there is Axel Bassani, defending 4th position against Michael van der Mark. It's Toprak Razgatlioglu who leads them through to the end of the first sector, pursued by Jonathan Rea and pretty closely as well. Redding in 3rd position, Bassani, then it's the first of the BMWs, Locatelli 6th, Haslam, Rinaldi, Nozane with a great start, and Garrett Gerloff rounding out your top 10. Jonathan Rea wants to make this move early. He's directly on the tail of Razgatlioglu as they come through turn 6 and 7. Rea will try to get the run coming down the back straight. It's 1 kilometre now in length for Rea to try and get the slipstream advantage on Toprak Razgatlioglu. He's going to have to be very bold into turn 8 if he wants to pass Mr. Razgatlioglu, who's a demon on the brakes, and Toprak defends the position successfully, as perhaps you might have expected. But Razgatlioglu goes wide. Razgatlioglu is wide. Jonathan Rea finds his way past as they come through turn 9, tries almost to open up space for Scott Redding to come through as well. Toprak will try to respond into turn 10. Here we go again between the top 2 in the World Championship. Rea tries to go the long way round, thinks about throwing it up the inside into turn 11. Now it's single file at the end of the 3rd sector and the start of the 4th.
Yeah, Rea's got it all to lose. That's why we saw him not really lean in on Toprak through turn 10 there, but a really good battle here in the opening lap for Jonathan Rea. Right there with Toprak trying to make a move into these last couple of corners.
Bit of a moment there for Toprak by the looks of it as well, coming through turns 13 and 14. Razgatlioglu is being rattled here by Jonathan Rea. This is what the reigning world champion needs to do. Try and perturb Razgatlioglu early on, but Rea's about to have a problem on his hands, which is the Ducati power in towards turn 1. Scott Redding now is the latest rider to occupy 2nd position. Can he get it stopped? He's got the inside line as they now make their way through the right-hander. Big moment though for Scott Redding. That's enough for Jonathan Rea to come through, and Axel Bassani is also in the mix, looking to try and get on terms with this podium trio.
Have a look through Jonathan Rea through this section. He's been able to hold very different lines compared to Toprak through turns 3 and 4. It has set him up to almost slingshot down in towards turn 6. You can see Axel Bassani making the move down into 6 on Scott Redding. The last thing Redding needs is more riders around them.
Big move that from Bassani, and Redding will have seen that coming a way off, but Bassani was able to get it stopped through 6 and 7, so defends the place. At the head of the field, it's Razgatlioglu snaking his way down the back straight, trying to break the slipstream from Jonathan Rea, but you can see how much earlier Rea is forced to be on the brakes, and again Razgatlioglu's gone deep through turn 8, and again Jonathan Rea takes the lead. So Razgatlioglu might have been much deeper than Jonathan Rea on the brakes, but that was because he was set to miss the apex of turns 8 and 9 altogether.
Yeah, on both laps we saw Toprak holding that different line through 8 and 9. That's what's pushed him out wide and opened the door for Jonathan Rea. This time Rea's been able to make the move and make it stick through turn 10, but you can see that for Toprak, he's going to try and get himself nice and close to Rea. It's down in towards turn 1 for Toprak.
Brilliant start to this race. Nobody's given Toprak Razgatlioglu this much to think about so far.
Yeah, and certainly over the course of the early laps of the Superpole race, we didn't see Razgatlioglu pushed like this. It was in the closing stages from Scott Redding. Redding needs to clear Axel Bassani, though, to make sure he's able to bring the fight to the leading 2.